I'm Dr. Jim Shipstead from First Congregational Church of Anaheim, and I'd like to welcome you to Encouragement for Today, where I'm with Andrew Donahue, my son-in-law, and we're sitting at this campfire. This is our last night of vacation, and it's absolutely gorgeous out here. I don't think you can see the stars, but they're just really amazing overhead. So Andrew's just going to share with you as we look at this fire. Andrew, what are some things that have brought encouragement to you lately?
Well, Jim, as you've asked me to do this a few times, I've been thinking about it, and no better place to talk about my favorite biblical imagery or life imagery of the tree. So, as we're sitting here in an orchard, one of my favorite things to look at life through the lens of that tree. One is that story in the Bible of Jesus spitting on the ground, making some mud, and healing the blind man.
Mm-hmm.
You know that one?
Yep.
I really love that. Well, the first thing, if you remember, he spits in his eyes, tells him to wash, and the blind man opens his eyes and he sees people walking as trees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that part?
Uh-huh.
And then he's like, oh, here, let me do it again. And then the blind man is healed. One thing I really like about that is, besides that, sometimes God spits in our face, and our greatest miracles are seen through that, and that that sometimes, yes, the miracles in our lives come in very unexpected ways,
Mm-hmm.
in ways that seem like God is just spitting in our face. Another thing that these trees bring to mind is a project that I had in college. It was a storytelling class, and the teacher told the class to write, fold the paper in three ways and write, your past, your present, and your future. And I kind of looked at it a little differently, and I flipped the page, folded in threes, flipped the page laterally, and drew a tree. And the bottom were the roots, and in the roots were kind of the darkness, where the shoot of the seed kind of grows through the darkness before it hits the light.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the darkness that I looked at are the failures and the imperfections of myself and the imperfection of others, and then just all of these little things in the soil of that darkness that really built that foundation of humanity. And then the base of the tree, what do you call that?
The roots or the trunk?
The trunk of the tree was this area of just growth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Growing taller and growing wider. And I looked at that area of my life as that part of it. And then the future, I looked at the fruit producing part of my life. But then as I've been growing, I see this picture of this tree, right? And it's producing fruit, but then it also needs to continue growing in all aspects. So we have the darkness, or the roots rather, that those parts of ourselves and the parts of our lives that continue to add the minerals and the depth of our character and humanity. And then the growing, where we grow in virtue and in strength. And then the fruits that we continually get to enjoy, like these cherries that keep growing year after year, and time after time in our lives, where we get to enjoy those fruits of our labor and the fruits of ourselves and the fruits of each other. But then one of my favorite visualizations or imageries of the tree is, you probably know this better than I, Jim, but where where it's said that we'll be growing by, well, hopefully like a tree that's growing by running water, like we are right now.
Yeah, you guys can't see it right now, but there's cherry trees near us and a weeping willow, and there's a stream right in between it.
And this image of becoming a tree that is growing near running water, where the birds of the air and how does it go, Joe?
Oh, the birds of the air can nest in it and everything, yeah.
Yeah, where it just the way that I look at that is where life is plentiful, and that kind of, our cup overflows with that type of a life. So I really enjoy this symbol of the tree in my life and in this place, and hope that in the end, or in the present, past, and future, that I become a tree planted near running water. So that brings encouragement to my life when I'm going through the dark times and the joyous times, is that it's all a part of life and becoming a strong child of God.
Thank you. That's very good. I hope some of you that are listening to this evening, if you're up this late, that it'll maybe you could just listen and you'll have a good night's sleep. But it's absolutely gorgeous out here tonight. Yesterday we were up at the park, Glacier Park, and we had a snow fight with all the grandkids, and then today we were in the lake, and it was beautiful. And right now it's kind of chilly, but it's just been a wonderful vacation, and I'm just so thankful for times of getting away and really experience God's creation, His handiwork. It's just very inspiring. Pray you guys have a restful evening, and God bless you. Good night.